Hey everyone, welcome back to another Anime Kingdom reviews. You see by the title below, this is on episode 11 of Mob Psycho 100, and honestly, I did really enjoy this episode. Like, it really showed Reagan in a different light. He was like much more of an importance in this episode than I thought it would. Well, I thought it would be important, but there was a whole thing, of course, of him being, everyone was thinking he was gonna be the boss. He's actually the boss of Claw all along. He's been hiding his true power. No, not at all. It's just, he has a way with words and he's able to persuade these dumbasses to let him in thinking he's the boss, get him around. He's able to get to where Mob them are, and voila. Everything would have went well, actually, to be honest, if he paid attention to any of the guys running off to go to find the division leader. If he just had all of them come with him, everything would have been, or tell them to all stay in the front except like one person to lead him the way to where Mob is and everything, then everything would have been fine. The division leader probably wouldn't even have known that they left, or maybe they would have just saw the cameras, but I don't think that would have happened. So it's pretty interesting on that point. We do see that that other kid as well wanted to bring in Mob them as his group, while the division leader was all about using the mind control methods to use them for them. So I'm not too sure what the importance of this kid is, who he really is, and he didn't even show up in the battle later on in this episode, so I don't know where he went or what his importance is, but I'm guessing somewhere along, if there's a season 2, he will have a pivotal role in being, I guess, one of the enemies they have later on. I'm not too sure, but that is definitely something to think about later on in the future if there is another season. I love this episode particularly because it showed Reagan, first off, being able to get into the base, his way with words, being able to get these idiots to think he's the boss. And even after that, when he goes against the Claw, leaders, I was thinking, oh shit, they're screwed. Mob's gonna have to fight him pretty much all by himself, because obviously Ritsu's not strong enough, and even Teru says he's probably not like at the strength that he can take on them as well. So the only way is for Mob to do it. And you see throughout this episode, at first I was like, why is he trying so hard to stop Mob from using his powers on people? But in a way, you really do, especially with the flashback, it was pretty damn impactful in showing, his different side of him. He obviously, sure, at first it went the way of him just using Mob, but he really does care about Mob. He was like, no one, I think, could be able to stop him from going to 100% like the way that, he ends up doing in this one. So I was actually surprised when Reagan was able to stop him, stopping him in the face and saying, and giving that speech and everything. I was actually surprised. And he actually surprised me a lot in this episode. I mean, we already knew that he had a way with words. He could probably, get through all this kind of stuff, not shit talk, I don't know what I'm talking about. Get through all these with his words kind of thing. And then it came to a point where he couldn't. So guess what? Drop kick, boom. Hit no punch, boom. I honestly thought he took those two out like they were done. So I thought it was done, and he was somehow going to get them out, even though we have these guys, are like super ass strong kind of thing. I was like, damn, Reagan's a beast. Of course, that ends up not working, and I do like the way that it doesn't all go according to plan, and the way he's, even though about that, normally you'd be like, especially with him, normally you would see Reagan super scared to die, and he would say, Mob, just do it now. But you also see that he does care about Mob. He doesn't want Mob to have that burden of, hurting someone, killing someone. He knows how Mob feels and everything, and he doesn't want that. You saw it was about to be 100% murderous intent. That would not be good for him. That would probably be horrible for what would come later on for Mob. Like, he would feel like really just totally different and not the same anymore. So also you see that Reagan does care about himself, and I do enjoy Reagan's importance, showing his role in this episode and the overall show, since normally before this it was literally he was just that comedic relief. You would see him doing something so stupid with one of his secret powers, his special powers, his special moves, but this one, it definitely showed a different side of him. And it was cool. The action part was cool. It wasn't super crazy, obviously, but it was cool to see like Teru versus the katana guy, and finally Teru's hair is cut, and it actually looks better than he had his hair in the beginning. I was like, thank you. When the dude made the remark like, oh, I can't believe you dodged that, but it's for the better. Your hair looks better now. I was thinking the same thing. I was like, yes, it does, dude. Why didn't, Teru do that in the first place, or find a wig that's not like that the whole time? I was so happy when that got cut off. But pretty much it's literally Ritsu and Teru trying to convince Mob to use his powers. He's starting to hit 100%. Right when he's about to hit it, obviously we saw Reagan slap him in the face, tell him that, and then all of a sudden slash him in the back. Is Reagan dead? I don't think so, but obviously that's going to be enough right there. He's probably really hurt right now. I don't know how he would survive that, for one thing. Maybe he's got something on his underneath his jacket or something. I'm not too sure, but that is the last thing. It's like the last screw. We're going to have Mob going murderous intent 100% right now, I think. I can't wait to see the next episode to see how everything will conclude here. Is Reagan really dead, if that's actually a possibility, or is he just hurt? Is he going to have a role in the rest of the episode, or is he just going to be knocked out the whole time? Will we get action with the other guys as well, or will we just see Mob literally tearing everyone apart? Or will Mob actually have problems or trouble, or will it, like, him getting slapped in the face, did that reset his thing and it's going to have to go back to 100%, or is it immediately going to be 100% for this battle, for this next episode? I'm not too sure, but I'm definitely excited. This episode was definitely, we had our crazy action-packed episode, we had more of a build-up episode showing off the other guys and everything. Then we had last week's episode, which was still a bunch of battle with some emotional things with Ritsu at the very end, Ritsu and Mob. And then this one was definitely showing Reagan having more of a bigger role, and definitely showing he cares about Mob. And honestly, everyone's just saying Mob to use his powers, but obviously it's not for the best. Him using his 100% every time, I'm not too sure if that's really good, especially if it's like murderous intent. It's literally everything, all his emotions, that one emotion surfacing 100% to the top, which is not good for that, for him. So I can't wait to see how everything's going to go. Will they be able to resolve it without him being able to go 100%? If he does go 100%, will Reagan be able to stop him? And if so, that obviously means Reagan's. There's a lot of questions, that there's possibilities of things that could happen in the next one that really gets me interested to see what's going to happen in that next episode. But yeah, hopefully they do come up with a season 2. Hopefully Bones decides to, just like they did with My Hero Academia, hopefully they decide to leave us with a season 2 announcement for sure. Because I honestly would love to see a season 2. I saw in the forums that people were like, oh no, there's not going to be a season 2. Oh no, because of the flashback or something. I don't really understand that. People who've read the source material, is there a reason behind why some of these people are saying that? Feel free to comment below that, without spoiling, of course. If it spoils, you don't need to tell me. I'll figure it out. If there's a season 2, then it'll pop up later on anyway. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this Anime Kingdom review. That's all I really got to say, guys. Hope you I don't know why I say that again. So if you did enjoy, don't forget to leave a like. If you haven't already, feel free to subscribe for more content. It really does help the channel. And yeah, as always, guys, I always want to see what you guys think. Comment below your thoughts. If I missed anything and you want to talk about that, feel free to comment below there as well. And yeah, that's all I gotta say. Till next time, guys. See ya.